This New York Knicks team is strange right now. They did what they were supposed to do today in Charlotte, getting a win, going to 3-2 on their 5-game road trip, but today's game was one of the uglier wins you will see. I get it, it's the last day of a road trip, it's the day after Thanksgiving, it's a Friday morning game, but you would expect the Knicks would beat this Hornets team by a lot. Looking at their starting lineup, the Hornets were missing so many important players. The Knicks also just arguably had their worst loss of the season in Dallas, getting blown out to the Mavericks without Luka Doncic, and early in the first quarter, offensive rebound 3. Well, that's not a big deal because those things happen all the time in basketball. Well, here it is again later in the first quarter. Moments later on the other end, very next Knicks possession, a turnover by Jalen Brunson, their 6th already of the first. Here they go again a few possessions later, more sloppiness from the Knicks, Brunson the offensive foul and a turnover. Again, I totally get not underestimating anybody, but this Charlotte team had no business competing with these Knicks. Knicks down by 1 early in the second quarter and the comedy of errors continues. Maybe they just need to work out their chemistry still, but today was alarming. And then very next possession, more woes for the Knicks. Their defense losing focus here, leaving a wide open corner 3. At some point, they gotta get it going, right? Well, what is this? Karl-Anthony Towns offensive foul, very next possession. 4 seconds to go in the first half. Check out this sequence. Josh Green hits the jumper, and then moments later, Mikal Bridges just turns it right over. Third quarter, and it's more of the same from the Knicks. Remember, this is a Knicks team that just had one of their most impressive wins of the season in Denver. Karl-Anthony Towns misses the layup, then they roll out the red carpet for Brandon Miller to go right down the lane. The elephant right now in the room for this Knicks team is all those first-round picks they traded for Mikal Bridges, and he just hasn't lived up to it to this point. Again, maybe it's just a Friday morning game, maybe it's just the game after Thanksgiving, but these are the things that are going to make Tom Thibodeau completely explode on the sidelines. Really bad transition defense there. Now check this one out a minute later. Nobody gets back, and they give up a wide open dunk. Fourth quarter, they're down by 6. This would be their worst loss of the season. It's time to buckle down. An offensive foul here on Cat. That was his 4th offensive foul of the game. Now, gotta give the Knicks credit, though, because we know no win in the NBA this season is easy. And finally, at some point in this fourth quarter, they woke up and they played like they're capable of. Knicks pulling away now late in the fourth, and the good news for them on this road trip, Jalen Brunson went into this game averaging 30 points and 10 dimes. They get a 1-point win after the game. This is what Knicks Muse had to tweet. No music, no dancing. That might have been the worst win I've ever witnessed. The elephant in the room for this Knicks team has been Mikal Bridges so far. This from Tommy Beer, quote, "He has not made a free throw in 14 of the 15 games New York has played this month. That's almost hard to do."
People are killing him, and he's in a new situation. He's in a new situation where he's in a place where he's been, 18 games, in a different role that he's played, in the last 4 years. So it's our job to get him going.
Personally, I still think Mikal is going to get going soon, but he's really fortunate to have teammates like this. Look at what Josh Hart said on Instagram. Quote, "So encourage each other and build each other up, just as you are already doing." They're 11-8, they're 4th in the East, and this upcoming schedule through Christmas might be exactly what they need to get going. 4 games at home coming up, then 3 winnable games on the road, including Karl-Anthony Towns' return to Minnesota, and then Toronto at home, and then Wemby in the Garden on Christmas. Will they finally get going here early in this season?